Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Rodrigo is here, Matthew is here, Sam is here, Rob is here, I am here, and Brian is here. Mm-hmm. And we're going to find out if anything else exciting happens on Monday nights in Hayes.
The answer is no. But still listen, because it's a good show.
Yes. Well, does anything else interesting happen Monday nights? What does Ian get up to after leaving his sisters? He disappears.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, it's like 1 a.m. This is the time to go out and be an undead wraith, but what undead wraithy things can you get into? The bars close around 2. I'm not going to go into a bar. I could run across the rooftops while Joy Division plays, but downtown is 4 blocks long. So, I mean, I'd have to turn around and come back. Ooh. But it is night.
Yes.
Yes, I am going to do something.
You can hang from the top of a tall building and look for crime. And say, I am the night.
No, I am of the
am Ian.
You know what?
Just trying to help,
man. You
man.
just tainted my whole character. Now I'm sad.
No, I'm the tainted.
Right. So I'm going to climb to the top of the tallest building, which is the grain elevator.
Yes.
And maybe do the brooding gargoyle thing. Would there be any darkness or spirity, ghosty things to talk to? I could commune with the ghosts of the grain elevator.
Well, I don't know,
because the previous grain elevator exploded and had to be, the new one was built on the old site, and there's probably ghosts. Grain elevator ghosts.
Elevator ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about grain elevator ghosts, but you can definitely maybe hit the streets if you want to talk with some ghosties to try to get some information.
Sure. I shall take it to the streets as Michael McDonald sings in the background.
Yeah, so if you want to roll with night, if you're trying to get ghostly information.
Okay. I'm going to ride.
And what information are you looking for here, or what?
I'm pretty set. I mean, I only have one goal, and that's vengeance. Vengeance annihilated. So I'm going to try and find any leads to the evil folk who stabbed me in the head. And oh my God, I missed. I rolled a 6.
Ooh.
I missed hard.
Yeah, that is a miss. Oh. So basically, as you make your way around town, basically trying to drop information on the ghost, you basically come across some angry spirits who are still very much enthralled with the idea of taking your body for a ride. And so you start finding yourself quite surrounded by a group of agitated spirits here.
And are they incorporeal?
Yeah, they are.
So I can't punch them.
No, not too well.
Interesting. What if, and just stay with me on this, I have a class move. So it says, when I search a location for resources or tools needed to destroy it, so I'm surrounded by these ghosts. Clearly, I need to literally destroy everything within range of sight.
Okay.
So can I use this move? It's called "Is That Gasoline I Smell?" Which is such a great name. Where I literally want to destroy everything in sight because obviously, fire will scare away ghosts, I believe. I read
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. Ghosts hate fire.
All right, kids. You heard it here first.
In the elemental, it's fire from ghosts and cold for zombies. And I believe garlic gets rid of pretty girls. I don't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can try to roll with blood and
to destroy everything in sight.
Yes.
Okay. Where am I when I'm surrounded by these? Am I in a street, or am I near a building or a back alley?
I'd say in a back alley.
Okay, so I'm in a back alley. Maybe like the one behind the home, which is always really terrifying.
Yes.
I remember that alley well. There's at least. Ooh! I got a 10, which says I succeeds.
Okay, yeah, we'll make that very much success. You very much can find plenty of spilt oil and alcohol and just all sorts of flammable things and
other bodily fluids.
Right. Someone has dropped a Zippo lighter that can.
That's beautiful. I'm going to roll forward in a dramatic manner, but always being aware not to mess up my hair, because you have no idea how long it takes to get it to stand up like that. I shall grab the lighter and actually strike it across my cheek so as to maybe leave a little cut so that I'm bleeding because drama. And then I will look around in the ghosts and I will ask them, how about little fire scarecrows? No, I will not ask that. Shut up. Okay. I won't actually say anything. I will just slash my own face with the lighter, causing it to light, and then drop it slowly and dramatically to light the place aflame.
So yes, the alley pretty much goes up in a torrent of fire. There starts being quite a commotion as people are kind of starting to yell, and the ghosts are definitely taken aback by this, and they do back away, but they're not exactly running off.
At some point they realize, wait a minute, we can't catch on fire. We're ghosts. Get him, boys.
I shall use the distraction, the burning area and the small possible, implosions. The burning trash fire, if you will, which is kind of a metaphor. No, that was cruel, and I take that back. And I shall attempt to do my Batman escape.
Okay.
Hang on. Now that's an actual ability power, is it not? Where I can just disappear into the night, or is that just something that I do because I'm awesome?
No, that'd just be I'm not seeing a specific class move related to that, but you can the move that you'd probably be looking for, taking advantage of an opening to escape, would be
that would be mislead, distract, or trick, would it?
No, it's escape.
Escape,
which is
there it is. It's an escape, and since it's under blood, I'm really good at it, which means I should know this. See, I'm good at this, kids.
So yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll blood to escape,
I rolled an 11 to escape.
Even better escape. So yeah, you're definitely able to take advantage of their being distracted by these gouts of flames. So with a 10, you can choose one of the options here when you escape. You can suffer harm during your escape. You can end up in another dangerous situation, leave something important behind, owe someone a debt for your escape, give in to your base nature and mark corruption.
I will give in to my nature and mark corruption.
Okay. Very well. You basically find yourself overcome with anger and hate and scream in a rage as you run out of the alley. And
then I smash a car with a pipe and turn into a... No, wait, that's wrong.
And
I
morph into different people's faces.
And I escape with my giant black cat. I don't turn into a giant black cat. Okay, I'm serious too. All right. So when I escape to take that corruption, does that require me to do any specific action? Do I have to do something or hurt something? Or, I don't have to hurt someone, do I? Or do I?
No. Basically, you just tie up into some primal part of yourself and kind of lose a bit of yourself in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you just get mark of corruption there.
Okay. And now I have blood streaming down my right cheek, which is really going to mess up and or awesomate my makeup. So my face paint, if you will. Okay. So having done that.
Yes, having done that.
I shall return to the buffalo statue at Fort Hayes, where I have decided that I shall now hide.
Well, as you go to start making your way towards the buffalo statue, you do see someone who you've met before, a gentleman who has helped you procure some pharmaceuticals, let's say, to help shut out some of the more persistent spirits that tend to swim in and out and around you.
Ooh, who's that?
This gentleman's name is Jim Haynes. And he kind of looked at you and like, hey, haven't seen you in a bit. You been you okay there?
I haven't been in a state to be seen.
Okay, yeah. Cryptic as always, I guess. So, what have you been up to recently?
Well, most recently, I started a fire to avoid being possessed by the evil spirits of the city. Before that, I hung out with my sister.
I see. So you've had a busy day, and that explains the sirens, I suppose.
There are always sirens if you know when to listen.
I see. Well, how have you been on your supply? Are you needing any further assistance there?
Not today. I found a better way.
Have you?
For now.
Yes. Is this a marketable method?
I wouldn't recommend it to my friends and family, no.
I don't know if I'd recommend what I provided you to my family either, but maybe my friends. So, you've been starting fires?
Metaphorical, psychological, and physical.
So, been kind of hearing some interesting things around recently.
Things about what?
Well, about you, I believe.
Gossip is as gossip does.
Well, I've been hearing that you're a fellow that apparently can take care of himself pretty well.
I'm not one to brag.
Well, I could use a little help. I got a bit of a meeting coming up, and just kind of thought I could use someone who might be able to be a bit imposing should the need arise.
That I can do. But what's in it for me?
Well, I think that'd be paying me back for me providing you with a few of my treats, since you seem to be a bit light at the time.
Brian.
Yes.
Do I owe this cat a debt?
You do owe this cat a debt.
So he's trying to call in a debt?
Yeah, he's trying to cash in a debt on you.
Ooh. Well, I don't want to let him know that I want him to do that, do I?
Are you trying to refuse to honor a debt?
See, that's complicated. I want to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what the consequences thereof would be within the concept of the game. So I owe him a debt. If I refuse to honor it, obviously something bad's going to happen. But is it something to me mechanically, or is it entirely gameplay, or is it a little both?
Well, it's a little of both. Basically, he's trying to call in a favor from a debt that you owe him. If that is something you don't want to partake in, you can roll with heart to basically try to pull off or to basically brush off this debt cashing in. You'll still owe him, and you might end up owing him more depending on how you roll. So you would roll with heart, and basically on a hit, you weasel out of the current deal. So you don't have to take part in this particular situation.
But he would still have a debt to cash.
Yeah, but he'd still be holding a debt on you.
So if I chose to honor his debt, that means the debt would go away.
Yes.
And I would no longer have his metaphorical monkey on my back.
That is true.
Ooh. Complicated. I think I'm actually going to honor a debt. Let's see what happens when we do that.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you're game, I can pick you up on 13th Street.
When?
Tomorrow night at 10.
I'll be there.
Sounds good. I'll look forward to it.
I try not to look forward. It only leads to disappointment.
If you say so, man.
Batman disappear into the shadows.
Okay, then. You have a good one.
As you run down the street, he's like, bye. See you later.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Okay. I was more picturing him just talking to the air, and I was like, okay, walking away now.
Nice talking to you. Say hi to your mom. All right.
I'll let him get away with the cool Batman vanish.
That's cool. Okay.
Sounds good. So you go and brood the rest of the night at the Buffalo?
Yes, in the broodiest brooding fashion as one can do on the back of a bison made of sandstone. I'm good at brooding. I can make even that broody. I'm telling you.
Well, you do quite a bit of brooding there. You have the Lynx somewhat agitated that you have not killed the man that had killed you. So she's very much griping and grousing. But I think that's how you spend that night.
Listening to the grousing of a giant shadow lynx.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm going to pretty much say on to the next day, unless anyone else has...
Yeah, I haven't... I got some stuff I'd like to do.
You want to have something to do this night? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind here, Proxy?
I was thinking of cashing in a debt with my patrons to see if I can speak to Nabirius.
I think that can be arranged. Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and spend a debt to your patrons, and basically you send a request to speak with the individual. They actually give you a meeting time the next day. He will call on you in your office.
Okay. And then I'm going to go see if I can bribe some policemen.
All right. What are you trying to bribe for? What are you getting after?
Well, I'm trying to keep tabs on that George guy that got... And also I want to learn if anybody knows anything about that buff Asian guy.
Okay. Go ahead and hit the streets with mortality.
Okay. Hit the streets.
Ooh, man.
A 12.
With a 12.
That's a really good
Strong
roll.
success. Okay, yeah. So, you hit the streets. Basically, you ask around, grease some palms. Go ahead and mark mortality if it's not marked. Basically, what you're able to determine with the George guy is that they have actually just recently brought in several more people who seem to have been displaying some similar symptoms here.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, they find that all of them, George included, seem to be affected by meth, although there seemed to be something else in the works.
Mm-hmm.
That so they think it's some sort of tainted meth that they're trying to figure out where it's coming from, and they're trying to gear up for that. The Asian guy, you have a hard time trying to pin anything down on, largely given a very loose description. But you do find out from someone that in a recent break-in, someone had reported individual kind of fitting that description in the area. And you're basically told about, Professor Higginsbottom's address.
Okay. I will go there.
Pretty late in the night, Higginsbottom's is asleep.
I have cleaned up and I've gone to bed. But I have phone calls to make first thing in the morning.
What time do you head over to Professor Higginbottom's?
It's probably pretty late at night. I'm guessing it took most of the early evening to get this information. And line up a review for later.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to go and see if I can basically see if I can use some sort of demonic sense to figure out if something supernatural happened here. I'm just trying to get a handle on this character and see if I see magic glowing footprints away from this place.
Not so much that, although I guess go ahead and give me a probably an unleash, or not an unleash. Let it out if you want to try to sense some magiciness.
Yeah, let's try it. I'm not great at that. But see how it goes. Nope.
Ooh, okay.
A hard miss.
Okay, yeah. Basically, as you kind of are looking around, you suddenly, basically, as you open up your senses, you all of a sudden get like a very prominent tingling on the back of your neck that you get the feeling that someone's watching you.
I turn around.
Yeah, and as you turn around, you see a van and a couple people inside, but in the passenger seat, someone who's familiar. You do see Karani Parek, who you had spoken with before.
Right.
And basically, as they see that you spotted them, they start driving away. They don't speed away, but they just kind of start rolling off.
Okay. Do they seem that they were casing Higginsbottom Place?
You get the sense that they are watching you in particular.
Right. Yep. Perfect. All right. Well, that is it for me.
Okay. So that morning, Higginsbottom's has some calls to make as he gets up. And
yes. First call I will make will be to Alana.
All right. Alana, you get a phone call early in the morning.
Hello?
Lana, this is Professor J.D. Higginsbottom III. I'm sorry to disturb you so early in the morning.
What's up?
I was calling to inquire about the security of the item that I brought to you yesterday.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll check to make sure it's still in my, the case I put it in.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still here. What?
Well, how to put this? I think some people may be after it. My house was broken into last night, and of course they didn't steal anything. And associate of mine was beaten rather soundly, probably deservedly, but still he was beaten rather soundly the other day. I believe also over the same item.
Well, that's incredibly disturbing.
So I'm calling you this morning to give you a little warning to be on the lookout for a buff Asian man.
Okay. Anything more specific than that?
That's all I have at the moment. I apologize for calling you so early with this weird story that I'm telling you. But, there it is.
Great. All right. Well, I'm glad it's in, you brought it here as opposed to leaving it at your place.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for the heads up. I'm sorry to hear about your place and your colleague.
Well, I'm sure that my place will be fine, and as far as my colleague goes, as I said, he probably deserved what he got.
What makes you say that?
Someday if you meet him, you'll understand entirely.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to sleep now.
Yes. Have a good morning.
Thanks.
Next, I call Klaus.
Did you find anything?
Klaus, it's Professor J.D. Higginsbottom III.
Hi, Professor.
Good morning.
Did you find anything?
I did not, but several of my associates have said that they will be looking into it, and they might be getting back to you. I have a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did by chance we have a conversation about you not breaking and entering into my home?
Not to my recollection, but I don't really partake in that sort of thuggery, so...
Well, the reason why I'm asking is my home was broken into last night, and there's only 2 suspects that came to my immediate attention.
And that was one of them.
One of them would have been you, which is why I'm confronting you directly.
Why would I break into your home?
That's why I'm calling. The second is a possibility that maybe you've seen someone like this around town. A buff Asian man.
Just gets better every time.
Every time he says it, it's better.
I can put
He seemed to have perhaps attacked one of my fellow associates a few days ago, and he had warned me about him, and then I had come into possession of an item, and my house was ransacked late last night.
I see. I can get word out to my people to see if they find a buff Asian man.
Yes, that's how he was described to me.
And
no one in your network has heard of this man?
Not that they've brought to my attention currently.
Okay. Well, please be on the lookout for him. I think there may be some questions that I and perhaps some other people would like to ask him.
Sure. Just let me know on the drugs as soon as you have information.
Yes, I definitely will. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Goodbye.
And then go check the network really quick to see if there are any updates on the drugs.
No, a whole bunch of theories, but no one positing anything concrete at this time. For the most part, they kind of keep talking about potentially some sort of like wine that is known to spirits that summon spirits and cause people to get possessed. But
since I didn't ask about this drug, I'm assuming it's a powder formed of a drug, or not?
No, it's crystal meth.
Okay. Now then I will reply back to them that it's one of them smoking drugs.
Okay.
That have crippled communities across the country.
Yeah, Raven definitely responds that they're going to be asking some questions. But they'll let you know if they actually find anything in particular.
Okay. Then I will tidy up and make myself presentable and go teach a class.
Okay.
Because it is Tuesday morning.
Yes.
And I do teach every day of the week at the university.
At the university.
Where I am employed to teach law.
Okay. I think we'll hop back over to the proxy. Who a little later in the day, getting close to 11, all of a sudden sees a gentleman standing in the room with him.
Hello.
Hello. I understood you wanted to talk to me?
Yes.
Is there something I can help you with?
We were going to ask you that. Recently, you were here in this town.
Yes.
And you were summoned.
Yes.
Were you summoned to be bound, or were these your followers?
Not exactly my followers. I think we should actually probably have you go ahead and roll to figure someone out.
Okay.
To best determine how this
figure
conversation...
someone out. Oh, mind. Great.
Yep. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna roll. Pachow. Miss.
Ooh. Okay. Not exactly followers of mine. What's your interest in this situation?
Well, it's above certain pay grades, but Hayes is interesting to the council, and we are working to advance their goals.
I suppose you are, but I believe that your goals also run counter to others.
Well, that is bound to happen.
It is. And I don't believe that any information I could provide to you would be in my interest to do so.
That is fine. It's not information that I want from you.
Oh.
Or we want from you. We just wanted to know if you wanted to come back.
No, I think my particular adventure in this area and this endeavor is pretty much done. Did not work out too well for me. It honestly was a little bit degrading. I think I am going to bow out of this particular situation.
Understandable. If you should decide that you want to pursue this further, you know where to find us.
I suppose I do. Well, if that's going to be all, I will bid you a good day.
I'll nod.
And with a small breeze, you're alone again, the two of you in your office.
Sure. Nothing here but us
Yep.
monsters.
Alone is probably not the most appropriate term, but yeah.
Yes. Singularities are difficult.
Mm. I will check in and see if there's like any new developments with the addicts that they've been bringing into the precinct.
Not particularly, no. Basically, they're just getting some, the normal charges, but they're not really able to hold them too much here. Seems like after a while, whatever effect that they're experiencing seems to fade.
Mm.
And unfortunately, the police department or the hospitals are not able to really pinpoint any further information as to what's causing the more unique behaviors.
Mm. That is probably all the relevant stuff I do during the day.
Okay. Gonna say, meanwhile, later in the day, Professor Higginsbottom, once he's done with classwork, he does get a phone call.
Hello.
Hey, Professor, this is Raven.
Oh, yes, Raven. This is J.D. Higginsbottom III. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I was asking around. There seemed to be a cabal that reported previously some effects similar to the drug you were asking about.
Oh, yes,
So I kind of tried to ask around for that, but seems like they really didn't like me.
And what group would this be?
I really don't know. They call themselves the Court of the Blood.
Court of the Blood.
Some sort of blood worship cult.
Blood worship. I see. Oh, nasty.
Yeah, and I don't know. They really did not like me asking them questions.
I see. Well, I appreciate the fact that you went through the trouble.
But trouble, I think, is the issue. I feel like they've been following me. Could you help me out here?
What could I do to help you?
I don't know. Just I've been followed all day, and I don't know what to do.
Do you feel like your life is threatened? Do you feel like they are going to try to kill you?
I don't know what they'll do. I don't like this situation. I just kind of been driving around because I was afraid to actually stop anywhere. But they just keep every turn. They stay up with me.
Where are you now?
I'm just driving down Hall Street right now.
I see. Why don't you come to my office?
Okay, yeah, campus, that'd probably be a pretty open place. Hopefully they won't do anything there.
Yes, but I think you're going to have to owe me on this if I'm able to secure your safety.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes, I'll see you momentarily.
Okay.
Hang up the phone. Call Klaus.
Yes.
Klaus, it's J.D. Higginsbottom III.
Hello, Professor.
Listen, I think I may have some information regarding your drug problem.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Court of the Blood?
No.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Well, one of my associates has found herself in a mite spot of trouble investigating this drug connection for you. And now she says she's being followed. And she fears for her life. And she's heading her way to my office right now. And I thought maybe you or maybe some of your associates might be able to provide some protection for her and maybe confront these Court of the Blood peoples should they make themselves known. Since this really is your problem.
I can send some, I can get you the same people that you had last time.
Are they qualified? Because last time I didn't see anybody.
They're plenty qualified. I'll get some people over there.
All right, well, I would hear she's on her way now.
Okay.
Thank you, Klaus. Goodbye.
Have a good day, Professor.
Good afternoon.
I'll get a hold of Mooks.
Okay. You get a hold of Sharon, who gets a hold of Mooks.
Mooks are us. How may I help you?
Yeah. And advise them to...
Yeah, tell them to watch the professor.
Okay.
Should be a lady coming with information that I need, and she seems to think she's in trouble.
All right.
Let me know if any trouble shows up as soon as possible.
Will do.
All right. And then if any trouble does show up, I'll actually go. That's only if something shows up.
Okay. So, yep. Mooks make their way. They again largely stay out of sight. They park at campus and kind of wait for this. Make their way. I guess they'd probably have to wait in the halls.
They're loitering.
Yeah.
You know them because of their theme song, which goes mook, 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 mook. True facts.
Yeah, I think actually, given this situation, they'll probably actually go to Higgins Bottom and to his office and basically, yes, I'm Mark. These are...
Yes, Mark, what can I do for you?
I was asked to come here to help you out by a friend of ours.
A friend.
His name is Klaus.
Yes, okay. Well, there should be a young lady arriving here shortly who's in a spite of trouble, and there might be some ne'er-do-wells wanting to bring her harm, and I'd appreciate if you could get her into your protection.
Very well. Should we just wait here?
Yes, that would be fine. Out in the hallway, please.
Okay. We will sit in the hall.
All right. While I'm waiting, I better do some research, I guess, on Court of the Blood.
Okay, well, you're not able to find too much, but after you start searching a little bit, all of a sudden you get another phone call, and Raven's there again. There's more people here. They look a bit scary. Are you sure it's safe?
Yes, this is Professor J.D. Higginsbottom III, and is this Raven?
Yes, this is Raven.
There are some gentlemen up here with me that are going to protect you.
Okay, just come into your office then?
Yes. Are you
Okay.
outside?
Yes, yeah.
I open the door.
In the hall, yeah.
Well, you just knock on the door.
Well, I was concerned about...
Open the door, hang up the phone. Raven, come on in, please.
Okay.
Sit.
All right.
These are associates of a friend of mine who has offered protection.
I see.
So why don't you relate to me and to these gentlemen, yes, what you had told me earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the symptoms he talked about with the red eyes, they sounded a lot like something I read about a while back. Gentleman who was supposedly a part of this organization. I tried to get in touch with him to see, what exactly was done to cause this, but wasn't able to find him. And then he...
What was his name?
I believe it was Craig Hemsworth.
Craig Hemsworth. Uh-huh. Yes.
And, he wrote this essay some time ago on a paranormal forum talking about joining this this cult that he said had real power, and talked about these rituals where they would allow themselves to become channels for other beings.
I see.
With the promise of power and all that. So, I tried to get a hold of him, and I just kept getting more hostile responses back. All of a sudden, I started getting, confronted in the streets and
confronted in what way?
Just these group of gentlemen, these guys, just kept coming at me and telling me that I need to stop asking for Craig, and they kept following me, and I don't know. I just tried to stay away from it, or tried to get away from them, and they just kept following me, and I didn't know what to do.
Might I ask?
Yeah.
Were any of them a buff Asian man?
Yeah, I think one of them was.
Aha. Did any of them get out of their cars when you came to campus?
No. Didn't see them. I kind of ran into the building.
Where did you park your car? Can we see it from the window?
It's just out front.
Peer out.
Yeah, her car's there.
Anything else suspicious?
Don't see anyone else.
Any other cars that don't have their parking permits up? That would be an instant flag of people that don't belong on campus in the late afternoons.
See, actually, a couple cars without permits. But
Did I see any?
The first ticket's free.
Well, but still, if you're going to find people who don't belong on campus, look for that parking sticker. Whoever doesn't have it, they don't belong. Any of them that look thuggish, that could be up to no good?
You don't see any with people in them.
Okay.
Just vehicles. Just two or three.
Have you boys ever heard of the cult of the blood?
No, I don't think that.
Court of the blood?
Court of the blood.
Any blood worshippings?
Not specifically. I mean, occasionally get the groupie, but nothing too organized.
Do you have a safe place for Raven?
We can probably find a place. Like, how long are we talking a stay?
I have no idea.
I kind of look at Raven and...
A couple of days, perhaps?
Yeah,
maybe you boys can... I don't know what you boys do. Break an arm or a finger or a nose of these guys. Maybe that'll send a message for them to go away.
Yeah, if we see any of them, we'll definitely give them a message.
All right. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Now, Raven, you go with these boys.
Okay.
If you can think, once you calm down, if you think of anything else that you've forgotten to tell me, you just please call me right away.
Okay, I think that's a bit much. I don't know if I'm going to be looking too much into this further.
Well, I appreciate everything you've done. You don't have to do anything else.
Okay.
But if you remember anything else from our conversation, you just let me know. And if anybody tries to get, close to you or your neck or anything like that, you just run and come and see me again. You should be safe, though.
That sounds good. Yeah, I guess. I thank you, then, Professor. I guess I'll call you if I think of anything.
All right, then I'll let them go on their way.
Okay.
Call Klaus back as I watch out the window.
Hello, Professor.
Yes, Klaus, this is Professor J.D. Higginsbottom III. Listen, your boys took Raven with them. She's mighty shooken up over these people that have been following her. Remember I talked about that the Asian gentleman?
Yeah.
Apparently he's also involved in this.
Okay.
So I just thought I would let you know that your drug dealing problems have caused me some problems and have caused her some problems. And I'm hoping you will know how to deal with this.
Maybe.
That
What
sounds
information did she
ominous.
have?
Well, she talked about the Court of the Blood and how she was investigating these rituals where these initiates to the organization would allow themselves to channel other beings into them, and they would take something in order to make that happen. But it seems like there's a connection along here somewhere.
All right.
Are you having some problems with others of your type?
Which type would that be?
You know the type that I'm talking about, Klaus.
Yeah.
And I do expect to have Raven returned, unharmed, unbitten, with all of her blood cells intact.
We will do our best.
I expect her to be unharmed, unbitten, and all of her blood cells intact. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, Professor.
Thank you, Klaus.
Man, I hope a debt was either cashed in or started through this exchange.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I have a debt to, or that Raven owes me a debt.
Yes, but I also think that you getting these arrangements with Klaus is worth a debt to him if you don't already
Yes.
have one.
Well,
to
Klaus
cash
already
in.
does owe me a debt.
Okay,
So
well,
what
you
he's
can
saying
force
is
that.
cash in a debt.
bodies. Yes, so I will
So
cash in
you're
that.
forcing him to give you back some debt.
Yes. So I will delete that debt, Klaus.
Or was
Yes.
it only the one?
and you
It
guys
is
should
bad.
both get to mark that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob can mark mortality.
I already have
Steven-
mortality marked.
Okay.
Can I get a
mark
mark
night.
night? All right.
I need to get more involved
Or
with the
and
proxy.
also mortality. If you don't.
You do.
Oh, I get a mark mortality? Oh,
Yeah,
because of
'cause you
Raven?
got-
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Man, I've
But did you cash in your Raven debt to get that
Oh
information?
yeah,
Is that what?
Steven, did you or not Steven, Matthew, sorry. Did you mark Knight for accepting a debt?
Would I mark night?
Yeah.
I did not. I was going to ask whether I would be marking night or mortality. I didn't know if the guy was night.
He's Knight.
So-
He's a
Night it is. I
vampire dealer.
have marked the night.
Wait, there's another one that I don't even know about yet.
No, he's in your crew.
Oh, okay, never mind that.
He's one of your sub-vampire dealers.
I believe
Good.
you owe him, or he owes you a debt or something.
No, Jake's the only dealer that owes me a debt.
Oh, okay. There's
Well,
something.
he
All right.
owes many, many debts.
I think you probably just talked with him or did something with him earlier. There was
Yeah.
some interaction before.
I've interacted with
Yeah.
lots of people that I actually don't care about.
Aww.
Fair enough.
I'm a drug dealing vampire.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to have, no feelings.
He's Red Court. They don't have any feelings.
Maybe if I was White Court,
Yes.
then I'd have
Right.
some tasty, tasty feelings.
Yes.
And if you were night court, you could play an awesome saxophone.
All right.
Mm.
Can I at least try and put a face to a name for the Court of Blood? Is that a thing I can do?
Sure. We'll allow it.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Mortality.
Woo! Success.
Ooh.
Mortality is my good one.
Mm. 10. All right. So, with face to a name on a hit, you know their reputation. The GM tells you what most people know about them. On a 10 plus, you've dealt with them before, learned something interesting or useful about them, or they owe you a debt. So, okay, so you do actually know these people. Basically, they are a group of vampire worshippers who have been known to sniff around a bit, but have always been flaky and never been much use previously.
But now they apparently know some sort of ritual to bind entities to drugs.
Something like that. Are you wanting something interesting?
Give me
useful?
something interesting and or useful about them. I feel like owing me a debt is kind of counter to the story at this point.
Well, I feel like that basically you've been approached by these fanatics before, but were very much put off by their flakiness and the fanaticism. They seem to be very interested in getting some vampiric blood, which was something of an amiss, but you can probably gather that these rituals and the drugs probably has some vampiric blood element.
Great. So they approached Delgado, and Delgado worked with them. Sounds fun. I need some beefier muscle. Matthew, go somewhere that I can meet you.
I'm working for a guy who works for you. I'm sure you could probably meet me.
True.
Yep. You ever hang out by the Buffalo on the Fortes?
Probably not.
You ever
I probably
hang out
have a
at
guy that works there.
the big underground cistern down on 27th Street?
You also have my card.
I do have your card.
There is that.
Yeah. I guess another boss trying to horn in on my territory would probably be problematic for the totally legit corruptions that the proxy represents.
Possibly.
Sure, I'll give the proxy a call.
We are listening.
Every time. There's another dealer trying to horn in on this territory.
By dealer, you mean...
There's another vampire out of Great Bend trying to take what is mine.
And you fear that this will become a bigger incident?
Pretty certain it's going to become a bigger incident.
Would this have anything to do with all of the people that were brought into the local precinct raving and bloodshot?
Yes.
And what do you suggest?
Personally, I would rather have her taken down now before she becomes a problem in our local interests. What sort of backing could you send after her?
We do not have any direct muscle available, but we do know someone powerful who owes us a favor.
I see. Trade favor for favor?
Certainly. We have the same goals in a sense. We could certainly try to provide some backup for you, or perhaps not backup. Perhaps we could provide an opening salvo for you, and we could discuss what you could do for us later.
That seems reasonable.
Very well. Discreetly text us the details when you have found where and when we should do this.
I can do that. You'll be informed. Hang up.
We hang up.
Kind of simultaneously hang up.
Yep. We're both super cool guys, so we both hang up. We both hang up first.
Yes.
So my only known contact for Delgado is... I guess I've got two. There's also the Court of Blood now.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jake. I'm going to go down to the courthouse, or the...
Police station?
Yeah, police station. I guess that's where they'd be held.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the police station.
Is there something we can help you with?
I understand one of my friends might have been brought in last night.
Do you have a name?
Jake or Jacob Dawson.
Let me check.
Is it Dawson? Let me make sure it's Dawson. It's Dawson.
No, not seeing that name here.
Oh, he might have given another name. Dominic?
Nope, not.
Do
you know what he was brought in?
Something about partying too hard. I'm not quite certain.
Just checking. I'm not seeing anyone here that we weren't able to verify identity on that would have been brought in last night. Yeah, sorry, not finding them.
All right. What about an Ethan Thornhill? I haven't heard from him in a while.
No, I'm not finding anything there either.
That's probably good.
Okay.
All right. Sorry to have bothered you. Have a nice day.
You too.
I'm going to try and find Ethan.
How do you try to find Ethan?
Hit the streets.
What are you doing?
We might hit each other depending on if Ethan came home last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the general people that I'd been introducing him to, and see if anybody knows his whereabouts, and talk to people about the people that were arrested last night. If anybody knows how many people got away from the party, because the police didn't have the information I needed. But I feel a Fae with whatever taint this is running around might cause problems.
Go ahead and roll me with night.
With night?
Well, you're asking around about people you've introduced Ethan to, and you're basically...
I'm talking to the people that he's been feeding on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sure. You go ahead and roll me that.
Well, shouldn't it be wild?
Roll me... you've been introducing him to mortals to feed on.
Yeah, I'm talking to the mortals to find the Fae. See if they know any information. Because Hit the Streets is roll with their faction.
Name who you're going... Okay, so you're trying to go to Ethan?
When you hit the streets to get what you need, name who you're going to. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mortality it is. You were correct. I misread Hit the Streets.
10. All right.
Woo, good roll.
Okay, so on a hit, they're available and have the stuff. Basically the stuff being the information. Basically they totally tell you that, we've hung out with that guy. I understand he's staying with his sisters at some antique place. You're able to basically...
His sister?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Right, his sister. I'm sorry.
And so basically you're able to get the thing, and as you ask about the party last night, it's like, yeah, man, wasn't that crazy? Yeah, I don't. People just started scattering. I think I saw Ethan being dragged out of there. I don't know where he went.
Huh? You said he was been staying at the antique shop?
Yeah.
All right, that's somewhere. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and call Ethan. I don't know why I didn't start there.
All right.
That is a good question.
Dial Ethan's number.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a voice very much not Ethan. Hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm looking for Ethan.
Who would be asking?
A friend. A feeder.
Feeder, eh?
Yeah.
Who you with?
Right now, no one in particular.
What crew are you with?
Oh, mine.
This is Klaus?
Yes.
How much would this Ethan be worth to you? Okay.
What are you asking for?
What we've been asking for.
Oh.
Get out of town.
How about Julia comes and asks me that herself?
I don't know if you'd like that.
I'm definitely not going to take a deal like this unless it's in person.
Oh, we could probably do some sort of meet.
Well, you have my information now, so
Well,
I assume you also have Dawson? Have Jake?
yeah. I don't think he's going to be available.
Well, next time I talk with your organization, it'll be Julia or no one.
So,
Uh-oh.
he laughs.
I
Already hung up.
Yep. You hear a laugh cut off as he hang up the line.
Yeah. All right. Guess I'm going to an antique store.
All right. So, go to an antique store.
Mm-hmm.
Alana, you have a gentleman walk in.
Ugh. So,
Ding.
yep. How can I help you?
Hi. Do you know Ethan?
Yes. Who's asking?
How well do you know Ethan?
Is he in trouble?
Well, you know him well enough. Yes.
She nods. What kind of trouble?
He may have taken drugs from the wrong people.
She just shakes her head. Okay. What kind of people? What kind of drugs?
I'm working on the kind of drugs. Can I tell she's not a regular mortal?
Yeah, can I tell he's not a regular mortal?
Like,
Let it out.
I think
let
that
it
would
It out.
take mutual let it out rolls there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Do I have anything that... nope. Okay. Let it out is... Spirit.
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 Okay.
Crap.
Uh-oh.
Spirit is bad.
All right. Well, Alana gets 9, a partial success. Ooh, Klaus misses. So, Alana, you can choose and mark 1 corruption.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you wanting to extend your senses?
I
Supernatural?
am.
Yeah.
So I will take corruption.
Yeah, he definitely reeks of vampire.
To like sniff slightly and it's like, blood? Was he taking blood?
No. Well, I can get back to you on that one. I take it you're at least aware of what I am. Which
You're a
means you
vampire.
probably know he's a fae.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, no, I've been keeping him fed while he's here. He got some drugs off of a would-be rival. Another vampire trying to take over this town.
And what, is he sick?
I don't know.
Do you know where he is?
No. They have him.
Were they trying to get at you or me?
Me.
Great. All right. Do you know where they are?
No. If you call Ethan's phone, they should answer.
You call it. I don't want them to know about my involvement yet. Are you a good liar, vampire?
I've spun a tale or two.
All right.
How do I want to do this? Gotta save face. Gotta save face. I assume there's a phone somewhere, an actual like landline in the antique store.
If she sees him eyeing, it's like, no. However you called him before. Again, I don't want this bringing up as my place. How did you even find my place?
I talked to his food.
His food. It's good. It's good that everyone in town seems to know what he's up to, except for me. Okay. How did they get in touch with you? Did they try to ransom him?
More or less.
Great.
I tried to get a hold of him and they answered.
All right. Call him back. Say that you've reconsidered and want to know what their demands are.
Oh, they only had the one demand.
And what's that?
My territory.
Oh. How much territory do you control?
You're living in it.
What?
This is my town.
Oh, is it now?
For the games I play, it is.
So you're vampire. What? You're the vampire lord of Hayes? I don't honestly know your titles. I'm sorry.
I don't have a title.
Oh.
I'm Klaus.
You're Klaus. All right. Well, Klaus. So who is this vampire that wants to take over Hayes?
Julia Delgado.
Let's see.
She's running drugs out of Great Bend right now.
Seems so she's looking to expand.
Expand over here.
Got it. And so Ethan took some of these drugs of hers.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do to him?
Not certain what they did to him. They allowed my contact to be possessed.
By what?
I don't know.
That's bad. Do you have any samples of the drugs?
Working on that.
Great. Does the name Dominic ring any bells? Like, is that the name of a demon or something?
No.
Okay.
You could put a name to a face.
Ooh.
That would take name to a face on either Julia or Dominic.
I think Julia would probably be better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nope, miss.
Miss. No, you do not know Julia Delgado or Dominic. None of those names ring a bell.
Yeah. Yep. None of those names ring a bell. Okay. You said your contact also took the drugs. Do you have him in custody?
They have him.
They have.
Or he's dead.
You know, seem too torn up about that.
Yeah, I've known him for like 3 days.
Cool. Okay. So, do they demand any sort of proof that you are clearing out of the territory? Do they want to meet you, or do they just want you to?
Oh, the last I told them, I requested a meeting with Julia before I got anything else.
And what did they say to that?
I think I heard laughing before I hung up.
Cool. Can you, like, track your own kind? Do you have anything that belongs to one of these rivals?
Did I take any of the drugs off of him the first night?
I actually thought you did, didn't you? Or no,
did.
You looked at it.
I looked at it. I rolled it. I let him smoke it.
Well, you provided him as part of leverage.
Yeah.
But You asked
She's
him
like,
what
"Oh.
he was pushing, and
I've got something of Ethan's. That'll do.
yeah,
All right. We'll do that. All right. Do you think you're tougher than this Julia Delgado?
Personally, or as an organization?
Both.
Perhaps. Most likely.
Great. All right. Do you want to take her out?
I do, in fact, want to take her out.
Great. Well, I would like to get Ethan back. So, how about this? I am going to go figure out where he is. You rally whatever troops you need. I'll also call my brother. And we'll hit her.
What's your brother got to do with this?
He's very dangerous.
Okay. I guess you know what's going on, so I'll let you estimate his powers as you want.
Okay. Do you have a card, a phone number?
Yeah, I'll just scrawl my phone number on the back of the business card for the antique shop.
All right. I'll call you when I've got a location.
Works for me.
Thanks for bringing this to my attention.
Thanks for offering to help.
I'll be in touch.
All right. Backing out the door.
Okay. How are we on time? If we do...
Well, what do you want to do? You have some other stuff you want to do?
Well, I'm just wondering if we go into the establishing rumors.
Yeah, let's do that.
That'd probably be a good time to...
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Don't know how long. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, as we've mentioned before, we have kind of decided to take the typical session opening move from this game and instead use that to establish at the end. So, basically what this does is people get the opportunity to choose the player of the character that they trust least to spotlight a faction for them and establish some rumors in regards to that particular faction. Is there anyone who would like to step up to the plate first?
Actually, before we do end moves, would that last scene count as me and Klaus establishing debt to one another?
I mean, you both do kind of seem to be helping each other out, but you're both actually kind of working to mutual ends, kind of.
Yeah, I know. There's no system in this for being buddy, but maybe an intimacy move?
Nah.
You don't want my intimacy move.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think that was a particularly emotionally intimate situation there. I think basically it just would be a wash, more or less.
Fair enough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unless if you both want to actually owe each other a debt,
yeah,
I would probably allow that.
That seems reasonable. We're both working towards... We're both offering stuff towards the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be almost like we're both doing each other a favor. So but I guess or lending
I mean, it makes sense. She can't get to she doesn't have presumably the firepower to get the guy out, and he doesn't have a way to track him. So
if
they're
you
both kind of throwing in
a debt on each other, and neither of you are just going to use that debt to cancel out the other debt, then sure, you can each take a debt on each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's basically we're both getting the debt to do someone a favor, and we both plan on cashing in the debt to lend someone a hand to the efforts. So it's going to weigh neutral eventually, but
yeah.
So it's really your call. It's a matter of whether we get to mark things.
I mean, I'll allow the marking either way.
Sweet.
Because it's just up to you two whether or not you actually cash in the debt or basically.
I would actually like to bank the debt.
Okay. Well, so you can get her in your web.
That's one reason. The other reason is so I can cash it in later to mark power at that point because the only thing I need right now is wild.
Rob playing the system.
Nice.
What?
I will just mark mine and call it an immediate cash in because I don't get anything special for holding you in limbo.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Well, no. If he marks it, then you should mark it too.
yeah. Otherwise,
I'm marking it, but I'm not like, do I need to like write down the debt if I plan on immediately kind of cashing it in?
what are you cashing it in?
Oh, like for him. Well, I guess if you're banking, then I should bank as well. So
Yep.
never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Either you're both banking, or it's a wash.
Okay, so I will mark down that Klaus owes me a debt for helping him with his rival.
Yeah.
How do you spell
I'll
Alana?
let you mark the faction either way, but
Great.
basically you can both get a debt, and if either of you just spend that debt to get rid of the debt, then it's
Cool.
yeah.
Alana is ALANNA.
I almost had it.
Yep.
All right. I'll also go in for I don't trust Professor Higginsbottom because he's spying on me.
What?
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, Stephen,
Yes.
what well, I guess Sam, what factions do you not yet have marked?
I do not have marked where did it go? Let me take a look at my character. Wild.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Well,
Me
I guess
too.
Stephen, you can choose among wild.
Yes, I guess I will choose among wild.
All right. So, you want to provide a rumor that you've heard about wild
My rumor
or
is
conflict?
that the Goblin Market is actually part of a cover that is meant to be specifically an exchange between the agents of hell and one of the courts.
Oh, interesting.
No comment.
And now I get to mark wild?
Yep.
Sweet, I advance.
Oh, we have to roll for their faction.
You also have to roll.
Oh,
You
right.
get to mark it no matter what, but you have to roll.
Yes. So I roll wild.
Oh.
Okay. And which thing am I rolling? Like,
What?
Hit the streets or
Well, it's its own move. Session intro.
session intro? Where is that on my sheet?
So yeah, I'll just roll with
I don't
wild.
think there is one. So you can, unless you have some sort of bonus to one of the faction moves, you can roll with any of them.
Okay. I don't think I do. So it's a succeed partially.
All right, so you are neck deep in this. So you owe someone in a faction a debt, and someone in that faction owes you a debt.
Well, I think Ethan owes me a debt for saving his bacon.
Fair enough.
Nah,
Uh,
because he's fair. You get it?
boo.
He's a I didn't say it. He did. Man.
Who should I owe a debt from the faction, though? That is a good question.
Well, it could probably be either of those factions.
It's true. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to decide who I would owe.
You can owe that demon you helped banish. Oh, he wants out of here.
Yeah. I could probably owe maybe the court of the light court something for some previous thing where I bailed Ethan out.
I think that sounds very reasonable.
Cool.
All right. Who else wants to mark a faction and establish conflict or rumor? Stephen?
Ooh, I would like to. I would like to go.
All right. What character do you trust the least?
I trust the least Mr. Spooky Pants under the buffalo.
That makes sense.
Above the buffalo, actually.
All right. What factions do you have unmarked?
Wild.
Okay. So
Who here only has wild unmarked? Because it's also mine.
Yeah,
I think
I
you'll still
feel-
have to.
I really feel like all the fairy stuff is going to explode next session.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sure.
Definitely whenever the market hits, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Do you have a rumor that you want to establish?
I also have a goblin market rumor.
Oh, okay.
I heard that if you can get past the goblin guard at the far end of the goblin market, that on the other side is a massive bookstore that may have that one item I'm looking for. But
mint condition Hulk 161.
As I've explained before, the goblin market has varying levels depending on what your faction is. You can get deeper or not so deep into the market. And unfortunately, mortality just gets to circle the outside. And now I just roll.
Roll with wild.
Roll with wild. That's going to be great. I'll just roll with wild. Miss a 5.
Ooh.
Because I've got a -1 on that.
So, on a miss, you're caught flat-footed, unprepared, or unaware. The MC will tell you who is coming at you.
Uh-oh, someone's coming at me. Let me guess. Is it a buff Asian man?
Well, there may be that for certain. But I think specifically with the Wild faction, I think there's been a little bit of concern about you and a prospective student looking into the true names of demons.
Uh-oh, way to go. What's his name? Deo.
Yes. So you have some
there's hell to pay.
attention. Yes.
Is there a place on your sheet where you mark someone's coming at you or not?
So is there just a general notes? Yeah, I just put it in notes.
Okay. Way to go, Deo. Watanabe. I'm going to have a word with that boy.
I'll say boy.
All right. Anyone else want to step up to the rumor conflict plate?
Yeah. I'll do it. Now that I have heard the name, I have very little information, so the person I trust the least is Professor Higginsbottom as well.
Okay.
Why would people not trust me?
Do you?
I haven't met you yet.
Have a choice amongst factions?
Yep. So it's either knight or power.
Right, I will go with knight.
Okay. And then I make up a rumor?
Or a conflict?
Or a conflict. I am going to say that it's all the commotion that has happened around town has interested not just the vampires, but also another group, which I'll let Brian decide because I don't want to throw anything off if he had something planned. So some other spooky group.
Baristas.
Yes.
Should be something of the night, huh?
Yep.
Baristas of the night. Like in Phantom of the Opera.
Barista of the opera.
We'll just say the local were population is
that's what I was assuming, but I didn't know if you were no werewolves in this.
They're not wolves, they're weremedillos.
No, I've had plans for werewolves. I just haven't brought
That's fine.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. And then I roll with wild. Or sorry, roll with knight.
Yep.
Find the knight. And roll it.
Ooh. So
a partial success.
Neck deep in it, you owe someone in the night a debt, and someone in that faction owes you a debt.
Let's say that I owe the local pack a debt.
All right.
Because they cleared out some protesters. And let's say whoever specifically their high priest or pack alpha or whatever owes me a debt because they were dealing with some either minor demon or problematic spirit, and I ate it.
Okay, I think we'll go with minor spirit there. The local pack leader
Sure.
is a man named Emmett Birch.
Cool. Owes me 1 debt for eating bad spirit. Good enough?
Sounds good. All right. Rob or
Yeah. I don't trust Matthew. Excuse me. I don't trust Matthew's character.
Hey,
but all you have left to mark is wild.
All I have left to mark is wild.
Fair enough. So
pretty wild the way I set that alleyway on fire.
What rumor do you have about the wild faction?
There is a conflict brewing around the Goblin Market. With 2 different factions within the Wild, wanting more control over it.
Partial success. Okay, so neck deep in it still. So you owe someone in the Wild faction a debt, and someone in the faction owes you a debt.
What all is part of the Wild faction? The Fae, the Tainted, the
Dragons, mortals.
dragons.
Dragons want control of the Goblin Market.
Or maybe the
Probably
dragons.
other spirits of non-human or
I like how this like wild faction deficit creates a lot of like just
Wild
goblin
rumors.
story.
yes.
It's like that
That's-
faction's been too quiet, so now it's got to go
Yeah, it's about to
crazy.
explode.
Well, I mean, yes.
Something wacky is happening.
Mostly, I'm just kind of happy that this sounds like, well, then that means it's not going to be just the professor going to the Goblin Market. And
Yeah.
People come from far and wide to come to the Goblin Market.
Well, he means PCs.
yes.
Oh,
I owe the current head of the market a favor for allowing me to deal while the market is open.
Mm.
He once hit a body from a red cap, or for a red cap.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Why would you ever need to hide a body for a red cap? The red cap would
just
just
to
eat it.
Oh,
He didn't
that's
want to
true.
eat it.
I hit a body for
A hobgoblin.
He hit a body from a red
Or a
cap,
fey.
so he
Fuck.
wouldn't
who
eat it.
killed it when they
Drank too deeply.
yeah.
Fair enough. Left someone catatonic.
Give me another Fae.
I'll have to probably get back to you on that. Just
Schmorm, Schmimpf, and Schmorn.
Clara Khan.
Or just you can kind of come up with whatever, but we'll go with I owe somebody in the Wild faction for hiding a body when they
Sounds good.
When they tried to turn its head into a donkey.
fed too deep.
The head turned into an entire donkey and crushed him.
Oh, it's a reverse centaur.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, God.
Gross.
So I think Ian's left.
Ian is left. So when we say someone that I don't trust, does it have to be
Yes.
Ian who doesn't trust them, or
Yeah.
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah, your
Okay.
character. Who does Ian most trust the least?
me? Does Ian know of Klaus? Because he
Not
seems like
Not
you
yet.
have.
yet. Not yet.
Okay, so I say that of the people that I know, I would have to trust the proxy the least.
Fair enough.
But that's only because I only know two people.
And who? What factions do you not have marked?
I currently have Wild and Power unmarked.
Which of those would you like to spotlight for him, Rodrigo?
Well, let's do power.
Power,
All
just to get
right.
something different. Okay.
Now what?
There's
So roll with
someone
power.
who wants to take
Oh, well, I
over.
guess first you have to establish a conflict or a rumor within the Power faction.
Okay.
Powers
And Powers.
are mostly people with power, wizards and immortals and
faith-based people,
Faith-based, yes.
Yeah,
faith
Tesla,
healers,
Edison.
and exorcists.
I believe that an extremely powerful and ancient immortal is living among us secretly, and no one knows who he is.
Or she.
Or she. Or they. Could
Or
be they.
it.
No, not it.
Yeah,
Never
this
it.
next episode will come out in 27 years.
No, not it.
Ha.
All right, so I'm rolling power.
Plus, it would be wild.
True. Because it's a thing.
Yes.
Am I rolling power?
I'm not saying anything yet. Yeah, you'd want to roll with power.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
All right. I missed.
You missed.
I failed.
Interesting. So that means I get to let you know who's coming after you.
Oh, boy.
And I will say that, yes, an immortal who is keeping their identity a secret is very much not happy with your existence.
I wonder who that could be.
And
Search the local directory for McLeods.
And so
there's a secret immortal who thinks that I am
Runs
a
an
bad
antique
thing.
store.
yes.
Dude, that's hurtful. You cannot tell me that our filial affections cannot override the need to stab me in the chest because I am an undead monster. Abomination, yes, but I'm her abomination little brother.
I suppose so.
I mean, the thoughts have crossed my mind.
Hey,
Oh,
if,
sad rivalry.
if your relationship's anything like my kids' relationships, you'd be dead already, Matthew.
I'll tell you, I have a big sister in real life, and when I last spoke to her in 2013, it was a very cordial funeral. And so
So for
And I
that,
have a little brother in real life, and when my parents brought him home from the hospital, my reaction was, how long is this kid going to stay here?
My reaction was I wanted a sister.
So help me.
so is everybody gone?
Yes, that's
So
everyone.
if we filled up our factions, then we get to pick an
advance.
Okay, I'm going to go with a new scholar move and pick wielding the arcane.
Ooh.
When you unleash by invoking an arcane item or relic, you may choose to treat the roll as a +10 or 10+ without rolling.
Nice.
So the item is
So-
permanently
I
and
decided
obviously
to-
damaged.
Well, that's pretty potent.
Yes, it is.
But you're going to start eating up your collection.
I know.
That's interesting.
I used my move to up my spirit to its max of 3.
Ah, nice.
What happens when you change your faction?
You basically become part of another faction. I mean, you're still a vamp, but your allegiance is not with Knight.
Okay.
I'm
a
not
mortal vamp.
seeing much story reason for that at this time.
Well,
Eventually, I'll teach him magic, and then he can be a wizard and join Clan Tremere.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the T word.
I was actually considering changing over to mortality since that's what I deal with 90% of the time anyways.
I could kind of see. Yeah, maybe.
Like I have higher ties to the mortal.
You're going to start
plebs.
protecting the humans?
No.
You know,
Oh.
there is a playbook move, I forget which one, that lets you take on a second faction.
Ooh.
Yeah, and is that for all or just maybe your faction?
Well,
Well, if
we
you
can
have
choose
the
a move
one
from another
where
archetype.
you
Oh,
take
yeah,
a
move from
faction
an
from another
archetype.
playbook,
Yeah.
you can take the Oracle one that gives you mortality as a second faction.
There's that.
I will probably. We're playing next week?
Yep.
Okay. I will figure it out because there's also a decent chance that I just take another move from another archetype.
Because you like multi-classing.
Shut up.
Now, because
I love this game.
because we did the thing with power, that doesn't mean I get to check off power this week, does it?
That
Yeah.
explicitly means
Yeah.
you get to check off power.
Yeah.
Explicitly. Oh, well, cool.
Yeah.
I'm explicitly powered.
That is part of the reason they have that is so you can mark factions that you're having troubles getting.
Yep.
Excellent.
Such as
So
such
I
as
wild.
I don't have wild. Yeah, thanks, Rodrigo.
I think people are going to be not having that issue here soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. How many days till the goblin market?
Like 4 days?
6.
It's on Saturday.
5, well, yeah.
It's on Saturday.
Yodelady.
So 6.
Tuesday.
'Cause-
Four.
was it
Well,
Tuesday?
today's Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, we just
So
finished.
5 days?
Yeah, it's
4
Tuesday.
days?
I don't
we
know
just
how
finished Tuesday.
much longer it's Tuesday, but
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you get to the goblin?
Well, we don't have to do every day of the week.
I know.
You can jump ahead if you need to. If you need to.
No, we're going to do every day of the
This
week.
game
In
will
fact, we're
end
gonna-
on Friday night. We'll never get to the goblin market.
we just never deal with the only member of the wild that any of us ever deals with is either Ethan or the proxy.
maybe. Well, I mean, I haven't seen the real opportunity or reason to jump ahead too much.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No,
It's your game.
and that's the thing about these games, actually, that it's hard to jump ahead because everybody has stuff that they want to
Wanna
put into
do,
motion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, we got everybody's stuff. Let's jump ahead a week. And people are like, whoa.
What happened?
I want to
that
do something tomorrow. I want to
Yes.
stab someone in the back. That's part of my plan here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've definitely tried to jump to the next day a couple times, and
Yep. Yep, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for this installment of Critical Hit. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this week. I hope you're enjoying this. If you do have questions, podcast at majorspoilers.com. And if you want to maybe get in the queue for when we hit that next goal of getting Critical Hit a week early, head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers. Check out all the details. Every little bit helps, allows us to keep going, get the equipment that we need to keep this show going, and so on and so forth. And until next time, here's hoping all of your virtual dice rolls are better than succeeds partially.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.